Kenji Yamada peered into the dark hallway, his heart pounding so hard he heard it in his head. The only light came from the stars and moon outside. Torihada covered his arms, what his American friends called goosebumps. The floor was ice against his bare feet, adding to his chills. He shivered, but not from the cold. In his right hand, the sujihiki knife he had taken from the kitchen threatened to slip free from his sweaty fingers. Holding his breath, Kenji eased down the hall to the bathroom. He reached for the handle and paused. Why was the door open a few inches? Hadn't he shut it when he left to hide? He tried to remember, but the thump, thump, thump in his head made it hard to think. Stop being a baby. Toshio and his friends play this all the time. Before he could change his mind, Kenji pushed the door open and jumped into the bathroom, the knife thrust forward. Odoroki, watashi wa teddy o haken. Except the surprise was on him. The teddy bear no longer stared up from the water in the bathtub. Tiny puddles led from the tub across the towel into the hall. His feet were so cold he hadn't noticed the wet floor. Gripping the knife in both hands, he followed the damp spots to his own bedroom. The light was a little brighter in there because of the glowing stars painted on his ceiling. A whispering, slithering sound came from under the bed. Biting his lip, Kenji knelt down and peered into the dark space. Two red, glowing eyes stared back at him. Ah! He jabbed the knife forward. The sharp blade pierced something thick but soft. When he withdrew his arm, his soaking wet teddy bear came with it, impaled on the knife. Watashi wa teddy o haken, Kenji whispered, following the rules of the game. You had to tell the bear you found it, or else the Oni, the demon, would keep trying to hide. Teddy remained motionless as Kenji carried it back to the bathroom, its ordinary brown plastic eyes refusing to give away any secrets as to how it had traveled to the bedroom. Kenji dropped it in the tub, still impaled on the knife. Anata wa Oni desu, he said in a loud voice, and then hurried from the room. Now that he's told the Oni to come seek him, it was his turn to hide. He ran to the kitchen, where he had already prepared a spot at the bottom of the pantry. His glass of salt water waited there, along with a piece of candy in case he got hungry waiting for sunrise. The space was tight, but he squeezed in and pulled the door shut. Slats in the thin wood provided tiny gaps through which the table and chairs were visible as indistinct, ghostly shapes in the darkness. As the minutes dragged on, Kenji's breathing slowed, and his heart no longer beat like a talco drum. He found himself wishing he had brought his phone with him, or his watch. Time moved slower than normal in the dark, cramped space, and soon had no idea how long he's been hiding. 10 minutes? 20? Something thumped at the other end of the house, followed by the clink of metal on tile.